Okay, it is time to test it. So what we got is, here's the Hustler, and I'm giving you a little preview of what I'm going to do with this. Yep, that's how it's going to be. So I got this cab set up from eBay, a place called So Much Stuff, also known as That Train Place, and they're really good. So they hooked me up with this. Cut the other cab off. That was a challenge to cut it off the right way. I had to use the razor saw and cut it very patiently by hand. Now, it'll go on here like this, but anyway, we don't need to look at that. It's going to go on here like this bottom, and there's enough room under here to fit my electronics on my foot. Then, I've got the thing mocked up, just so we can find out how does it work. So, workbench is set for DC power. As always, trusty Tech 2 underneath here. Okay. How does it run? Let's try it. I don't have any grease on that yet. Hear any noise? Other than the furnace? That is so smooth. Nice. We got great slow speed. And we don't take off like a rocket. But we still got good. Very nice. Pretty much silent. So let's take a look at it quick, because I just have it mocked up for DC right now. So I'm using jewelry wire, as you can see. And I just put some wires on here to test it for DC. So here's what we did. So the motor is just in there with a little smear of our best amazing goop. And I'm using the jewelry wire. I don't remember what gauge this is. When you go to the, like I got it at Joann's Fabrics, when you go to the fabric store and you get jewelry wire, I just get it by feel, and then I get a bunch of different sizes. I want to say this is something like 22 gauge, maybe 24, I don't really remember. And it's got a coating on it, so you have to tin it. And then the hardest part of all is soldering to this frame. The frame is zinc. It's very difficult to solder this. The way I did it was I took a cutoff wheel and I made a notch. Then I used acid paste flux, of course. And I used the big soldering gun, and I got a tiny spot where the solder latched on. Then I tinned the wire, and I just kind of put a drop of solder, and it stayed. So it's good. Now we got our power up from the track, and we've got power to the motor. Looking good, sounding great. We haven't even lubed it yet, and it's totally silent. So we are definitely on the right track. Next up is going to be this guy, a Z-scale decoder. We've made a platform to mount all of our electronics. The plan is to put this in there with the Z-scale decoder, put a bridge rectifier on it for constant lighting. Some of the lights are going to always be on. There's only 2 light functions on this decoder. One of them is going to be the headlight, and one of them is going to be the beacon. So other lights, like our special effects lights, will be on the bridge rectifier. And we're going to use a bunch of jewelry wire to put those lights in place and see what other kind of cool stuff we can come up with. But that's where we're at. It's running perfect.